NFL season between the Atlanta Falcons and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go, young wk1 ready to do the honors. And off we go from Jacksonville. Now ETN to start the drive. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll go again with ETN. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Troy Anderson leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. This one complete to Christian Kirk. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's one heck of a 3rd down conversion, a pickup of 39.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. ETN up the middle. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 14. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Second and 9 now. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try to protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He'll take it at the 42, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, he exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, going back to Patterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by szn2. And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have the Jags first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield now, Lawrence. Man open is Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Lawrence giving to ETN here on the option. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game, and then make it home a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
On second down, a run with Patterson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation. A top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, wk1.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and And that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Striker, 3-3. Check, man. Check.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Point after here coming up. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Come on, set. Black down. Bring back.
They'll throw now on the final play. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Pressure comes and down he goes. Full Sade and Lurican in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Taken right around the 44. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Anthony Averett picks it. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Now for the point after. And it's 17-7.
Makes the score Jaguars 17, Falcons 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Robinson with another carry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll air this one out for Kirk. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Ready. Hello. And cycle. Black open. Strike 2.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Extra point safely through. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. And his throw here is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Looking to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. They'll look to throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Chad Muma. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try a bit harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Again, it's Robinson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2nd and goal from the 1. Robinson again. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James Robinson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Jags are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Now Patterson to start the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
2nd and 11. He finds his man complete. It's Patterson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he's got it.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Back to throw again. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Foyesade Aluakin
Getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll set up to throw.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll drop to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Ready. Eagle blue. 6, 7. On the ball.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie, because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
Here we go. Hit.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.